Hello, my name is Davis and welcome to BIS A345. Today we'll be covering the Access Chapter 1 Grader Project homework. So what you need to do first is log in to your MyIT or MyMISLab with your username and password. Once you do so, you'll be on a home screen. You need to look to the menu on the left and click Course Materials, which will take you to this page. Once you're on this page, you'll see the menu on the left and course materials. You can scroll down to the Access Chapter 1 Grader Project, and as you hover over this, you'll see options. You click on that and then click on Open. You'll see a few options here. You want to download starting materials, so you click on this. And here are the two files you want to download. Choose a place where you can remember where you left your file, usually the downloads folder, or you can move it to your desktop or to a USB flash drive, and remember to save your work. So I've downloaded the two files, and I'm going to pause the video and start it up in Access. So all you do is you click this button and it'll download. Okay, see you soon. So as you can see, I downloaded into my downloads folder, and I'm just going to double click over here. It's going to open it up. Yours may originally be locked. It may have a excellent. Okay, so it'll have a security warning. You have to enable content by clicking here. Okay. And what's also good practice is to print out the instructions that you downloaded with this file. You can follow along with me, but if you print it out, then it'll be easy to follow by just kind of checking off what you've done and what you need to do. So we'll start with step 1, that's starting access, and open the download access file named exploring_a01_grader_H1, which is this one. Our first step, which is step 2, is to create a new table in design view. So right now we're on the home tab. We want to go to the create tab, and then we want to create a new table in design view. So we're on the menu, we're on the create tab, the tables group, and table design. As you can see, when you hover over it, says create a new blank table in design view, and that's what we want. So we click on that, and the instructions want us to add the following field names to the table. So if you click over here, you see field name. We want to include pub ID, pub name, pub address, pub city, pub state, pub zip, in this order. So as you can see, it's just following the instructions. It also says to accept short text as a data type. So data type, short text for all fields. Okay? And now we want to set the pub ID field as a primary key. So pub ID, we want to click not on the name field right here, but on the edge right here, so it highlights the whole record in pink. And we want to press this button over here in the file tab, the tools group primary key. This will set this as a primary key. As you can see, there's a picture of a little key right next to pub ID. We want to save the table using the name publishers, so we go up to the tab for table 1, we right click it, so up here right click and then save, and we want to save it as publishers, so we can just type in publishers and click OK, and as you can see it adds it over here and also changes the name up here. And then we want to view it by right clicking, or you can choose the view from up here, but I like to right click the tab and then go to datasheet view. Alternatively, we can use this view to choose design or datasheet view. Okay, so now we're in datasheet view, and we want to add the following records to the publishers table. This is from the instructions, so I'm just going to start typing. Okay, the pub ID is Ch.1, pub name is Knopf, pub address is 299 Park Avenue, pub city is New York, pub state is NY, pub zip is 10171. And what I did to move to the other records is just press the tab key, or you can use the cursor. So then you can press tab and go to the second record. And let me double check my work. So I'm gonna add the next 3 records, but I'm gonna just pause the video while I do so and start it up when I'm done. So okay, welcome back. So now that you've entered all 4 records, what I've also done is the fields were a little narrow, so I just hovered over here, as you can see, and made them a little bigger by expanding them, so you can see all the data. Once we've entered all the records, we want to save what we have, so we right click the tab and click save, and then the instructions say we can close the table, so close. Now we want to open the books table and create a new record. So to the left we look at our menu, the books table is right here, double click it, and we want to create a new record, so we go to the bottom and we want to enter author code 15, tab. The title is The Innocence Game, so type in The Innocence Game. And the ISBN, we type in 0-307-96125-7. The pub ID is Ch.1. The publication date is 2013. The price is $24.95. The stock amount is 250. Okay, we'll double check it. The Innocence Game 0-307-96125-7. Pub ID is Ch.1. Publication date is 2013. Price is $24.95. Stock amount $250. Okay, that's complete step number 5. Now we want to, for step 6, sort the records in the books table by the publication date field in descending order. Descending order is largest to smallest. So we have the books table open, and to sort the records we go to the publication date field, publication date, and see this little arrow? We can click on that, or we can use the sort and filter tools up here, but we want descending order, so largest to smallest. See, this highlights descending, so it descends from largest to smallest by publication date. So it's 2013 all the way down to 1981. And then we want to save and close the table, so we right click save and then right click close. That's saving the information. So we want to open the maintain authors form. So here's a form, maintain authors. We double click it, and then we want to look for record 2. So at first I thought the record 2 was over here, but this is the record for the actual titles by this author. So we want record 2 for a different author. So if you look down here, record, and you click next record, it changes to author ID 12, which is the one we want, Keith Mulberry, and we want to add a new title to the subform. So here's the subform right here. We click down here, and the new title is going to be Computer Wisdom 3. The ISBN is 0-684-8417-5. And the pub ID is PH. The publication date is 2014. The price is $32. And then we have to scroll over here, or you can tab. The stock amount is 42. Okay. Now we can move on to step 8. We're almost done. We want to use the navigation bar on the bottom, so not this one, but this one right here, to search for author ID 16. So we just type in 16, and it pulls up author ID 16. And we want to edit the subform so that the stock amount is 6 instead of 496 for the book Follow the Stars Home. So we go over here. If we scroll back this way, you notice that this record highlights Follow the Stars Home, and we want to change 496 to 6. And we can save that and close it. We want to open, for step 9, open the Publishers, Books, and Authors report. So we go to this Publishers, Books, and Authors report and double click it. And we want to check the report shows 3 books listing Keith Mulberry's author. So we look for Keith Mulberry and his 3 books, Computer Wisdom 2, and Computer Wisdom 3. We want to view the layout of the report in print preview. So right now we're not in print preview. We go up here to the home tab, the views group, and we're in report view. We want print preview, so we just go down to here. Okay, and then this is how it would look if we wanted to print it out. Now we want to open the Publishers, Books, and Authors query, so we can save and close this, right clicking it. Okay. So here's queries, Publishers, Books, and Authors query. So we were on reports, now we do query, double click, and we want to sort the query by the publisher's name in ascending order. So we can highlight this column, publisher's name. here's a query. We want to sort the query, publisher's name, in ascending order. So ascending order is A to Z. So we can go sort A to Z, and as you can see, it goes A to Z. Alternatively, what we can do is highlight the column like we did, and then not descending, but click ascending. And that does the same thing. It goes from ascending order, so from Z to A, or it's ascending from this to here. It's alphabetical, basically. Okay, that was step 9. Okay, so now we want to use filter by selection to show only the books by the author whose first name is Stephen. So first name is right here, this column. We can actually make the column a little bit wider. So we go like that. As you can see, author's first name, we want Stephen. So in order to filter by selection, we can hover over this little arrow next to the column title, and we want to take a text filter. We want to take all the we're going to press select all, so all the names are unchecked, and we only want to show the books by the author whose first name is Stephen. So we just click Stephen here and click OK, and only the books that were authored by Stephen or Stephen are listed. Okay, step 11 is we sort this query that we have by title in ascending order. So we can click on next to there, title, and ascending order is A to Z again. So A to Z, as you can see, is alphabetical, A to Z, and we want to save and close the query. Save and close. Okay, we're on the last step before we have to upload. We want to open the books table, and we want to use filter by form to create a filter that will identify all books published after 2010 with fewer than 100 items in stock. This was a little tricky. I had to search for this information online via the internet, but I found a great article that talks about how to use filter by form. Essentially what we want to do, the instructions want us to do, is create a filter that will show only the books published after 2010. So if you look over here, it should only show the books. It should not show all these books, only the ones that were published after 2010, but also with fewer than 100 items in stock. So it would be these books right here, anything after 2010, and fewer than 100. So these would be excluded. It would be just 1, 2, 3, I believe 4 records. So let's test that. To do this, what we have to do first is look at the Home tab. So we are on the Home tab up here. We want to look for the Sort and Filter group. So Sort and Filter group, and we go to the Advanced button. There's a drop-down menu, and we want to click on Filter by Form. What that should do is open up a filter, and we can enter information in. We can use like a drop-down. We can filter by an individual number, or we can type values in. So that's what we want to do, the latter. We want to type values in. So we go to the pub date, and then we want to type in the greater than sign, 2010. So that means all books published after 2010, so larger than 2010. And also we want fewer than 100 items in stock. So we'll do the less than 100, right? So it's going to be fewer than 100 items in stock. To apply the filter and preview the filter table, we go up to here, the same home tab, the sort and filter group, but the button right below, toggle filter. As you can see, when you hover over it, says apply filter. When we click that button, it's going to pull up a preview of the filter table. So based on our criteria, as you can see, it eliminated all the books from our table that were 2010 before 2010. So it only left these, and it also only kept the books with fewer than 100 items. So these are the 4 records. Okay. We want to save the changes, so right click, save, right click, close. And now we're done. All we have to do is upload the file. So I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we'll see. Okay, welcome back. What I've done is log back into my MyMISLab, and once I'm on the home menu, I go to course materials, and the course materials option opens. Now, since we've saved our object, all we have to do is close and exit access. So I'm just going to close, after I saved, I'm going to close all these windows. Okay. Now all we have to do is upload the file. So we go to the Access Chapter 1 Grader project, and we click on that down arrow for options, and we want to open. And now we've already downloaded the files and completed it. We've worked on the assignment. Now we want to upload our completed file. So we want to browse, and now you have to remember where you ended up saving it. For me, mine was in the let's see, the downloads folder. So I'll go to the downloads folder, and that's this right here. So I select it and then click open, and then instead of closing it, we want to upload. And it takes a little while. It's uploading the section. It says your completed file has been successfully uploaded. You must also click the finish submission button. For grading. So you have to click finish submit for grading. And it has been successfully received by MyITLab grader. So we can return to course, and you may have to refresh your screen to see your grade, but what you can do also, look, we completed it successfully. You can click on this tab again for the project we just submitted, and then click view submissions. This is how you can see if you've missed something too. You check over here. So I'm going to pause the video. Okay, as you can see, I checked the submissions and I clicked on it, and I missed 1.5 points because something was wrong with this step. So to troubleshoot that, it's good that I kind of made this error. All I had to do was open my file back up and then check to see what I missed, and what I missed was I spelled zip with a lowercase ip. It should actually be zip with all capital letters, and that's why I got marked off. So I made the change and resaved, and now I'll resubmit, So I'll close it, and let's see if it works. So I'll go back to here. We want to open, and we want to upload our completed file again. So I went back and I made the change. Downloads. Okay, open, upload. And then we have to finish. Click submit for grading. Takes a little while, and then return to course. And if we go back to the view submissions, should be perfect. I wonder why it didn't take. We'll take a look. It still says it's the same error, but I did make the change. Okay, let me pause the video. Okay, so step 2 was off, and I made the change. I'm not sure what's happening, but as you can see, it's supposed to be pub zip with capital letters, so I'm gonna enter that in, and then click save. Okay, and then let's view it in datasheet view. So the change is taken. See, it's pub zip, and let's refresh all. We can try that, and then save again. And let's try to just upload it and see what happens. Close this, and then go back to the grader project and open. Now if yours is good and you upload it correctly, got 100%, you're good. You want to make sure you upload the correct file. This one. Right now I have it open because I want to see if I made the change. It should still get the percentage, but as you can see, one of the versions, it's the same file, but one's locked and this one's open for editing. We want to select the one that, this one, and then open it, upload it, and then we want to finish submit for grading. Don't forget to press that button. It's really important because without it you won't upload your file. So that's let's see, it should be good. I mean, I made the change. View submissions. Okay. It's still saying that it's not there, so you just have to be careful. But as you can see, we made the change, and it should work. Dr. Halverson may be able to help you further if you continue to get this error, but we did everything that we needed to and submitted. So I did that originally, and it was just due to a typo, but my MyMISLab will pick that up, so it's important to be very careful. That's why I was double checking my work, but I went back, and it could be just something to do with the way that the system grades it, but we made the change and we're good. So we close this, and if you have similar inquiries, please don't hesitate to bring it to Dr. Halverson's attention, and he'll be able to help you with that. Thank you very much for viewing this project, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you.